This is Kal Kat, the Kal Catster, and this is a review of Strange World, the Disney movie that is derisive on the interwebs for some reason. And kind of like I thought John Carter of Mars, after seeing that one, kind of the same feel in a way, adventure, sort of outerworldly adventure. I would say more or less it was. This movie had the same problem with its advertising. It's not derisive; it was just the advertising. It just wasn't very good, well advertised. Same problem in some ways, similar problem to Lightyear. I don't know what the current Pixar issues are, but yeah, I'm not going to go the route some of the other people or the critics on this even were going. I gotta go that way. Okay, the movie is about this colony of people live in a sort of Game of Thrones type environment, medieval type environment. Surrounded in an icy area on the planet. So they're on a planet somewhere. They're humanoid-looking creatures. So as a science fiction writer, and as a fantasy fan and all that stuff, okay, they're trying to imitate some of the golden age fantasy stories, starting it out with this Paul Bunyan type of mythical character named Jaeger Cade and Clade. Cade Yeager from Transformers. Okay, Yeager Clade and his son, Clade. And they're going on an adventure, and they're like Paul Bunyan and his kid, basically. And they go on this adventure, and and then the father guy takes off and jumps 25 years later. So like Lightyear, they're jumping into the future. 25 years later. Because the son is like Searcher Clade. He goes back and he has found a unlimited power source. So it's a parable about industrialization and oil and power and stuff like that, and using it unwisely. He tries to use it wisely. The whole town gets updated from post-medieval period with buggies and things to possibly the 20s in terms of development, 1920s, before major aviations and stuff. So dirigibles flying around, floating around. This is very reminiscent of Mike Slater's story. You don't know who Mike Slater is. Nobody does. Went to junior high with this guy way back in the day, and he had these fantastical stories of like flying machines and dirigibles and things, floating weird worlds with creatures on them, and one of the planets that we invented to make fun of Joel Hack, who isn't even. We have this planet. I won't say what it was called, but it was this weird planet, a bizarro sort of planet, and it was kind of a racist name, but we didn't know that it actually existed. So anyway, the planet was odd, but the Mike Slater story. So this would have been something he would have written, basically. This whole story would have been something he wrote. It also is similar to some of the Miyazaki stuff and some of the other Japanese stuff. I think it's not Buddhism, but something else like Taoism or something, where the world is on the back of a turtle, kind of thing, and it's being held up. The world is on a turtle. So that's what's going on. You kind of tell that from the very beginning, and also the trailer gave it away, but still. So it's a big, huge, turtle creature on the planet. Now I take it to be, as a science fiction person, that they're on an alien planet, we're on this alien planet, that's what's going on. So it's like Osmosis Jones meets the Lost World, the classic Lost World. It's very much a Jules Verne type of thing. The planes look like some kind of Jules Verne novel. So the 1800s, imagining what the 20s would be like, which is kind of cool. It's right up there with Disney. Disney did stuff like that, the submarine ride and all that. Very reminiscent of the Japanese version of the submarine ride. So you have this cool, what Mark Scartz saw the other year. He did not write this, oddly enough. I don't think either of us did, but yeah, you get the protagonist in the story is reinvented life on the planet. Well, a singular person reinvented life on the planet. His former co-explorer becomes the president of the planet, or the little world community that they're on. She wants to lead an expedition to find more of the power source, which is dwindling. They don't know why it's dwindling, and there's the heart of the root of the tree kind of thing. Very Taoist again. Very nature, earth oriented. Very similar in some ways to Avatar, which is also a Disney product. But that's because Avatar is ripping off Fern Gully and Dances with Wolves and Pocahontas. Apparently the sequel is ripping off something like Strange World. Just so you know, Avatar 2 is going to rip that off. In some ways, in other ways it's ripping off Dune. In other ways, so yeah. I didn't find the Avatar movies very, I didn't find them much fun, other than it looked very pretty. The Avatar movies. Anyway, we're not on to part 2 yet on Avatar. I haven't seen part 2 yet. So let's get back to this one. Strange World. So there's dirigible plane things that have propellers on the planet. They have to go down into this cavern thing and go inside this mountain down in the planet and try to figure out what's going on to try and fix it. Inner Space, very similar. Dennis Quaid movie. I think Dennis Quaid is actually in this as the father guy. I may be wrong on that, but which is hilarious if it is, because that's Inner Space. Yeah, all of the Fantastic Journey, that kind of thing. So that's what's going on. So it's pretty obvious in the story that that's what they're doing. But they're not microscopic people. They're just on this weird planet, and the giveaway at the end doesn't matter because they gave it away. So we know what's going to happen. The son, I don't know what the son's name is. The protagonist is married to a black lady, and the son is half white, half black, and he has a boyfriend, and that's probably freaking out the right wingers because they're racist and homophobic. That's all that was. That's all that was, and honestly, it isn't an issue in the movie. Either way, it's just there, like it was in Blink and You Miss It, almost like Blink and You Miss It from Lightyear as well. Which Lightyear wasn't as good as this movie. Lightyear was not good, and it was all right, but it certainly wasn't the movie Andy watched. Definitely not. Back in the day, couldn't possibly have been. They should have said it was a sequel in that case. Now this movie's kind of trying to be its own thing, and in doing so ends up being a number of other things. The Turtle on the Back, the Gamera movies, and a number of other things. So it is derivative of these other things and other cultures trying to do stuff. But they do it in a different way. I mean, the ocean world they're on with a creature. Let's just beg the question: what does it eat? If there's only one of them, they should have had more than one of them. How would it mate? How would it giant creature? Anyway, so how would it procreate? Stuff like that. Should have been more of them on the creature on the planet. Just to establish, it's not the only one there. There's others like it, but they just happen to be on one of them, which would be cool. They could go to other ones. So in a way, it's that floating city thing with floating cities. It's the Immortal Engines as well, but with a turtle creature, tortoise creature. Back to the turtle. So they go on this adventure down in the sea. The son goes on the airship. He's hitched a ride on the airship. not supposed to. The son's a farmer, the grandson's on the ship. We run into the father, who's the original Jagercade, who is on the ship, and he is crazy. He's become a wild man. He's on the planet. He's been down for 25 years. He's a flamethrower with unlimited flame in it. Flamethrower is usually propane or gas or something, and he's got an unlimited one. I don't know how he's putting any energy into that. It's constantly. Also, they have the green pellets they put in there. It's clearly a euphemism for oil. Probably another thing that's ticking off the right-wingers about the movie is they're making a parable about like oil companies and screwing up with the environment and messing with it and being and stuff like that. It just didn't. Come on. Ironically, the movie was probably made on a lot of paper. So yeah, like Fern Gully, yeah, they probably used a lot of paper to do that one too. But yeah, a lot of processing power as well to put a computer-generated version. So yeah, the movie they go on. Anyway, so they go down to this creature. They discover various creatures that are like antibodies, and they discover villainous creatures, weird, funky creatures, things like lowering down into the core of the planet and all that, and it's a weird sort of. Yeah, it's all funky and weird and magical and mystical. And the characters in the movie are trying to figure out where they are in terms of this subterranean world they've come into. And everyone watching it immediately knows, oh, it's a creature. It's a big, huge creature, and they're part of that ecosystem on the thing. It's the world root. The world root crossed with the turtle on the back of the turtle, that kind of thing. Which yes is an avatar, but he stole it from the same place, something. So very got it. But yes, same idea there. Fern Gully as well. So they go on this mission down into the planet, and they eventually find their way out. To the outside of his face. I can see his face with a big eyeball. Bye-bye. So they see his face with a big eyeball, and the two of them, the father and the son, see the eyeball. There's a lot of other stuff going on in it. We're gonna give away everything. It's just a review. But yeah, and then they discover that at some point earlier that they can't destroy the green stuff that's powering the city. They have to stop the green stuff because it's actually killing its heart. So it has a space heart attack or something. So they got to kill the green stuff somehow to get back to him. Which is goofy, but sure, kids. It is a kids movie. Come on. So sure, why not? You have to make it easily understandable. Supposedly 100 years of Disney, but how can that be if it's since 2015? It was 60 years of Disneyland, and it's only been 7 years since then, so it'd be 67 years, not 100. Anyway, do they mean all of Disney, like Walt Disney's birth would have been 100 years ago? I think that doesn't work either, really. I don't know what they mean there. It's not 100 years, it's like 70. Oh well. Anyway, they're just gonna skip past that. But yes, in this story we have them. This is Disney Animation's movie. They're trailer for a weird Pixar movie with a basically Lava Girl and Water Boy, which has already been done in two different ways in there in a little teaser. But yeah, they've already done that. Does that work? And they couldn't do it because that would immediately cancel each other out. So yeah, strange world. Visually pretty, but more interesting than the first Avatar movie because it isn't like hitting you over the head with blue Thundercats. I don't mind blue cats, but blue Thundercats doing Pocahontas. is not that interesting, and it was headache-inducing. And yeah, Blue Thundercats again. But here they made the characters different enough that dynamic between the father and the son, the grandfather, the old world sort of baby boomer old guy, and the millennial kid, and you got the ex-gen father guy that's in his 40s, who is like trying not to be like his father, but is more like him each time. Says mama's voice, that doesn't make sense, but I guess for them it does. But yeah, but in that case, it does. I liked that they flipped the Disney dynamic on its head, kind of, and said, like, usually in early classic Disney movies, one parent was gone. And in this case, they go and find that parent, bring it back, which is kind of an interesting twist. Similar to how Onward, they sort of magically bring his pants back and then his whole body. It's a similar movie from just a few years ago. And yeah, it was magic. There's a little scout creature that's trying to trick them at first into meeting the monsters or whatever. The monsters aren't evil, the monsters are misunderstood, that kind of thing. There's a lot of stuff in here that I can see why the right-wingers are upset, but they're upset for no reason, because it's not indoctrinating anybody. It's just a kids movie about going on an adventure through an ecosystem in a body. It's like, it's a body, so what? I don't know what they're on about, you know? So yeah, I think this, if it was better advertised, Strange World would do better. They didn't advertise it correctly. They buried it. They advertised Lightyear more. And maybe they thought it was similar, so they didn't want to advertise more. I think this movie will do really well on streaming on Disney Plus, because you can come by it and stream it. And really the added parts that right-wingers like to call woke, or the right-wingers like, oh my god, there's a gay character. Don't worry about it, parents. It's not even there. It's not even a thing. It's just brushes on by. It's not a thing. Now, if they really wanted to go there, they would have gone there. And they didn't really. They just implied it. So what? What? It's 2022. It's not 1950. It was like the 2022. So, yeah, that's just, it's there and done. And yeah, even the grandfather guy asks about him and stuff. And the kid's like, yeah, doesn't think anything of it, because it's the present day. That shouldn't freak people out that much, that there is a gay character. So what? That's not a thing. So, it's in the movie. It is a thing in the movie, but it's not an issue in the movie. You know, it's not, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. They're lucky that I'm not actually writing at Disney, because I would not only make there be two gay characters, one of them would be anthropomorphic, and they would be lovers, and there would be a kiss scene, and he would be the prince, and so would the other guy. He'd be the prince and the queen of the same prince and princess. Just to find his queen, and his queen is a 6-foot otter or lizard or something. That'd be very Mark's cards. So not only would I pull that demographic, I'd pull the furries in there with it. Because that'd be awesome. So yeah, the right-wingers really be disturbed if I did it. Of course, somebody with my sense of humor already did, college humor already did the Furry Force, which is basically the same gag. So, so yeah, they've already done it. Can't say I thought of that first. No, the Furry Force definitely did. They need to make a movie out of Furry Force. That would not be for kids, though. No. No, not. Yeah, so, Furry Force, the movie. So, yeah, so what do I think of Strange World? I think it'll do better on streaming. It's 3 stars. Evenly, it's not bad, really. It's harmless enough. It was on par with Bolt and Meet the Robinsons and stuff like that. It wasn't The Incredibles, but it certainly wasn't as bad as The Incredibles 2. They retconned the endings, so the kid gets out. And then they just changed it so like everybody misremembers how Jack had his powers, didn't he? He totally did. They knew how to get out of the plane. He had his powers. But then they forgot. But yes, but yeah, it's better than Lightyear. Well, a lot of things better. Lightyear was a mess. What I would have done with Lightyear is I would not have had that pre-credits thing saying this is the movie Andy watched, because that was not the movie Andy watched. It could not have been. It looked too good. The visuals looked too good. It could not have been the movie he watched. And the story would have bored him. A 90s kid would have been bored. Completely bored by parts of that movie. And it would have been confusing. And it wasn't because, there's a character who might be gay. No, it was because there was just parts of it that didn't make sense. Like, jump hundreds of years in the future and meet his granddaughter. It's like, why? Why would you do that? Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, but Strange World, 3 stars. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's when it comes to streaming, it'll probably make more money because they'll go on streaming and go, oh, what's this? And they'll watch it. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's an easy G rating. I mean, I wouldn't even make it PG. Really, there was really nothing in it that would make it PG. This is like an 80s PG where there's some stuff, but it's really nothing. There's nothing wrong with this movie. It's fine. It's nothing bad in it at all. And oh no, the character and he likes D&D. It's like are they aware that that's the sci-fi community is totally okay with and Dungeons and Dragons. They did show a preview of the new Dungeons and Dragons. Could be good, could suck. I think that lead guy is a little too old to be the Dungeons and Dragons character. Just a little too old. Tend to go with the animated Dungeons and Dragons. They were supposed to be teenagers. A little too old. Just a little too old. Brad Pitt, he could play Venture, but the lead? No, he'd be Venture. The Mario movie looks amazing though. So, yeah. Even though, Vinesauce is a way better Mario voice on Vinesauce website, but they didn't hire him. But yeah, the new guy, Chris Pratt's fine. At least he's not trying too hard to go, he's a Mario, because he's not Italian. I'm 1/4 Italian, so I can pull off the accent. You see, he can't. Chris Pratt can't. but that Vinesauce guy, he's got to be at least half Italian, at least half. So, Vinny Vinesauce. Yeah, there's a shout out to Vinny. He does a great Mario. Yeah, I wonder what he would think of this movie. I wonder what Stone Gremlins guys kind of like this. I would think they would have liked it. Yeah, I think they would have liked it. I think Channel Awesome Guy probably would have liked it too. But yeah, I don't know if they. I think they kind of liked it. Yeah. I liked it more than they did. So. You're probably in the minority. Why did you like this movie? Anyway, so yeah, that's my review.